Hello, everyone, and welcome into more 7 Wonders Duel here on the Sorcerer Network. My name is Sorcerer Matt. What in the world? Temple of Artemis is what they did. Okay. Colossus and Sanctuary, I think, are the best ones here. I think this one is a little bit better than Appian Way. Just, I don't know. And then I don't really mind either one of these. I would have actually taken Mausoleum. I think Mausoleum's a little better than Statue of Zeus. Okay, that makes sense. I am happy to then follow suit here. I'm assuming my opponent takes the glass. It's fine. Getting wood plus wood reserve is not ideal, but it's also not like the worst thing in the world. So yeah, we take this. It's a little bit of a bummer, but it does put my opponent in a spot where they don't have any money, which is not nothing. Because now my opponent either has to play, alter, or discard a card. Interesting that my opponent decided to reveal the card rather than just discard the alter. This is interesting as well. This is very interesting. So, like, see, now I can just go like this. So, based on this, I'm gonna want to go. I'm gonna want to go first next turn. I'm happy to take the clay there and place the token, especially because, yeah, I'm 100% putting Neptune right there. And now Gate will be on our side as well. So, you know, that's not great, but also, I don't know, because we have this wonder, it's not as big of a deal. I think we can put Hades here. I don't mind that. Oh, interesting. I'm happy to do this and not reveal the tavern. Seems pretty nice. My opponent wants to take the stone. I'll happily take the 4. Yeah, absolutely. 100% I will take these 4 coins. I mean, I don't love that my opponent got a resource out of it, but also getting to place this and making the gate worth 6 coins is pretty nice. That's fine. So, I may not be able to go first next turn, because my opponent could use Temple of Artemis here. Yeah, so my opponent wants to go first next turn, and I think very much played that to be able to go first. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's Ra is the play here. Yep. I would steal Mausoleum, especially considering the board. Yeah, see, I disagree with that. So now we definitely, because my opponent cannot afford the gate, this is a 4 coin gain. It's not, ridiculous, but it's not bad either. And then I think it's gate next turn, barring something here. It's kind of a... I mean, we could, like, all of a sudden start going science, like with Mausoleum and Hades, in play here. I really don't want my opponent to get the gate, and I think if I leave this here, my opponent's going to do it. Even though it's 16 coins, my opponent is 100% going to do that. Gosh, that's pretty gross. Like, I don't really want any of this. So I suppose I will take this, but I was hoping for Baal. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that just is better than that. Yeah, like Baal would have been really great. Like, that's pretty disgusting on how much that's going to cost me. Okay, I didn't reveal something good. That's nice. All right, that's fine. Especially because this reveals this for my opponent. My opponent can get this with an extra turn. I think we just, you know what? I'm going to start this train and at least make my opponent think about a war victory. Is my opponent trying to go science? Okay, now my opponent is trying to get economy. That's what my opponent is trying to do. However, we're just gonna, we've got money, so let's keep on this train. A couple of cards would be really nice here. I really want this drying room. Okay. Yeah, so my opponent sees exactly, like, my opponent does not want me to have this. Okay. However, I will happily take that. That's very helpful. And I will say, my opponent kind of overcommitted in my opinion here. I'm going to do this. I'm really going to push the threat of a military victory. It's fine. Yes, that's great. That is an excellent card to get. All right, I'm going to do this for 2 coins because I am going to, without applying its effect, I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to do this one. So then that one takes away the 5 coins just right now. It also means my opponent just can't get that. I mean, that's fine. I just need money at this point. I was hoping one of these was going to be a military card. I wouldn't mind this card, though. Customs House would be fine. And I think that's why my opponent is not just snap getting this. Okay. So I'll just discard this. Not really. At this point, at the points, I'm not going to make it to score. So there's no purpose in... I'm assuming my opponent's going to try to... Yeah. I wondered if my opponent was going to use the extra turn there to prevent me from getting the Customs House. Because that does make things rather cheap here. So yeah, we're kind of going military at this point. So I'll say bummer that's there. However, we can just discard this. It's just money. Money is what I need because I've got to be able to like pay for things. Of course. Now that's what I didn't need to happen because now that's going to make things a whole lot harder for me. However, happily take that. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to really work out. I think this is just one of those games where it just is not happening. Not happening for us. So, I think what we can do is we can pay a butt ton of coins to do this. And then pay another butt ton of coins to do this. Now, interesting here, if I can nab this and Mausoleum, I will win. Now, my opponent is going to discard this one, which is fine. Oh, not discard. He's going to play it. So I can't get the Mausoleum. Well, that sucks. Because now I need 2 military cards to show up. And I doubt that is going to happen. And now I'm just like giving my opponent a ton of points. Yeah, this is just... Yeah, that... I mean, what can you do? What can you do? I'm just gonna... There's no point in giving my opponent more points. My opponent takes this one. Yeah, because I'm not going to play this. I mean, at this point, whatever. Might as well give him just more coins. Yeah, that's... I think that game was just unlucky. Yeah, GG. Like, I'm not... I don't hate the plays. I mean, I guess I could have... If I had known that the gate was going to be so bad, I would have given it to my opponent. But my opponent would have used all the coins to get the gate. And then, I don't know. I mean, because that would have given me 2 stone, and that would have meant that my opponent didn't have such a ridiculous lead on resources. I don't know. Just nothing really went our way that game. All right, so Temple of Artemis, I think, is the easy pick here. A really nice opening for us as well. We'll be able to do Clay Reserve and then probably get one of the 2 gray resources. That's a bummer, because Divine Theater will now go to my opponent. At least I think Divine Theater is going to my opponent. I would be choosing... Really? Okay. And I would like the Pyramids. Because I think the Sanctuary is kind of bad. Okay, nice. So yeah, we take this. All right, so, I mean, we give up. I'm happy to discard and reveal this. And we're going to throw Minerva over there. Great. Great, great, great. Okay, interesting. That probably means that's Hades. That's what I would assume. Nice that we got the free wood. You know, we didn't have to pay for the logging camp. My opponent really doesn't want me to get this second one. What was this? Oh, this was a military one. So this is either Mars or Neptune. And really, you're putting it on your side. Okay. Well, I will happily take this. This does give this to my opponent for free, but I don't think I really care. Do I care about giving my opponent a 3rd science card? I'm going to give them... put it this way. Unless I'm going to use an extra turn, I'm giving it to them anyway. Because even if I did this, my opponent would take this, then I'm back to this. Where I'm more okay with that is that my opponent now just doesn't have a ton of money. And we know where the tavern is. Law is not here, though Law could be here. I'm loving this. I'm loving where this is going. I'm happy to grab the free one there. Okay. Okay, well, we definitely need to discard this because my opponent cannot get 4 science symbols in this first stage. Okay, so we're going to discard this. My opponent's going to take the wood, and then we're going to Temple of Artemis into the tavern, and that also means that we're going to be the last person to play, meaning we get first crack at all of this, and we're going to have a lot of coins. So an okay first stage. We do give up a lot of the science cards, but I think we're gonna get 3 yellow cards here, and that's definitely nothing to sneeze at. One of them being the tavern, and we're gonna get first crack at whatever my opponent has put out here. Okay. I am going to go first, and I'm going to grab this. I got so much money, I don't even care. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. I probably want to grab Ishtar simply on the grounds that I don't want my opponent to get it, but I don't need to grab it right now. I think we grab the gate so we can then inform our divine theater decision. Because, yeah, I want Baal. And I want the glass. Is what I would like. Let's make this stuff. It makes Divine Theater and Colossus cheaper. I don't really need the Colossus, I don't think. My opponent does not seem to be going a militaristic approach. But yeah, we're going to want to nab law at some point because, and this is one, the library we really don't want my opponent to get. Okay. I guess I get that, but also, I don't know. It's nice to have the resource, I guess. Okay. I think I just grab this. I think that seems fine. My economy is great. My opponent's economy is not. Well, my opponent can grab either of these, but cool, I guess. I wouldn't hate the shelf quarry, but I'm probably going to have to give it up. That's kind of annoying. It's a little more than kind of annoying. Okay, I need to discard this because I don't want to give the library to my opponent. If my opponent really wants to do this, I guess my opponent cannot afford it, so my opponent's not going to do it. But assuming my opponent is going to discard this one. Okay, so my opponent uses the extra turn in order to grab the library. Interesting. What? I suppose that you grab urbanism? Yeah. So, this now means I have to do this. Because if my opponent gets this, I guess maybe, either way, my opponent would get 4 symbols. I guess I should have left this in terms of my opponent would have to spend a lot of more money in order to do that. But I don't hate this. I could also I also have some flexibility here. Okay, well, I'm giving my opponent another progress token, but I am 100,000% going to get 6 coins. This shelf quarry has just kind of been sitting there. I really want it, but there's just been other decisions that have had to be made. Yeah, because if my opponent got both the library and law, game's pretty much over. Like, there's not much we can do. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, I was saying, I'm assuming my opponent wants to take another progress token, though I will say there's not. I mean, okay, strategy's fine, I suppose. We can pretty easily defeat that. So I'm happy to grab the shelf quarry now. The biggest thing that my opponent does not have is money and a way to get money. So I do need to start thinking about points, which means I should probably grab Aphrodite here, assuming my opponent does not. No, my opponent is now flipping to a military thing. I mean, okay. I'm going to do this because I'm going to flip to a I need more points than you, and I think I can do it. Great. Just going to go ahead and do this right now. What do I divine theater? I can get coins. I can steal a wonder. It's not, I don't know, it's not really that great. I don't think my opponent hasn't. I mean, I guess I could like take some of the stuff they're using for resources, but I don't think that's really that awesome. Probably just coins, to be honest with you, because I've already stolen the resource. Okay. So I am happy to construct this. So my opponent has a military or a science victory ready to go. So I am going to do this, and I'm going to, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use it to save a coin on the Divine Theater. It will get rid of the pyramids, but so be it. I think just money at this point is probably what I want. Like, let's just get 12 coins. Seems good. Just, we go into the last stage with a lot of money. We're going to use this card to get rid of the Minerva block. Because there's no more extra turns. Like, that's the one thing that's going to be interesting about this last stage, is that it really just is a line them up and play. Okay. So I think that I want to go first. And I want this. There's an argument for this one, but the big thing here is my opponent really does not have any way to like get a massive amount of coins. And that's going to be helpful. Okay. Now, of course, as I say that, my opponent gets a butt ton of coins right away. So if my opponent wants to pay 8 coins for that, awesome. I don't care. Man, am I really at this much of a resource disadvantage? I feel like that is not correct. All right, I'm going to discard this. Kind of bait my opponent a little bit into maybe trying to, do some military stuff. Like, ooh, I'm going to pay 3 coins and do this. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't feel like being that risky. There's too many things that could go wrong there. Really? Interesting. Well, then I'm happy to grab 7. Happy to grab 7 points. We're probably okay on a science victory. Yeah, this third age is basically just about, dumb luck at this point. Like there's some manipulation we can do, but ultimately it's just going to come down to, yeah. So, I do have to do this because otherwise I lose. And it doesn't matter because the one behind there is the same one. Sigh. And of course, we fought so hard to get up to 300 elo, and then we have these 2 games. So, these games happen. My encouragement to any player is don't get discouraged by this stuff. I don't think that there was necessarily anything that we did here that was wildly incorrect. I guess maybe we could have gone raw and stolen something to help our resources. But, the fact that we kind of just got, really just unlucky in that first stage. There was not many science cards, and then just all of them were up here. And otherwise, I think we would have been in good shape. So, hey, if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment, and we'll see you next time.